Thus, we see here that there is a question of gender stereotyping which results in a culture which generates some images which are self-deluding. They are encouraged by social conditioning, and both men and women look out for the wrong things in each other. As Mary Wollstonecraft has said in this the previous extract which I quoted, men look for a kind of a veneer of attraction that covers docility. Women, more prone to deception on account of their faulty education and on account of poor quality literature, look for men with the appearance and manners of gentlemen, but not men of any real worth. Next, the gaps in both the system of education and in literature stand revealed by the test of actual life experience. Finally, women defend both by bad education and bad literature to the call of reason, which means that knowledge of reality is both denied to them and therefore denied by them as well. And again, in a novel like Pride and Prejudice, which was published in 1817, of course, by Jane Austen, which was written within 20 years of Wollstonecraft's text, we see how some clear examples of the way in which gender stereotyping deludes and damages men and women. So there is Mr. Bennet, who, quote, captivated by youth and beauty and that appearance of good humor which youth and beauty generally give, marries an unbelievably silly woman who destroys the happiness of others, unquote. So Mr. Bennet made this mistake. And there is, of course, his daughter, Lydia, who is fooled by an appearance of smartness executed by Wickham, thanks to his uniform, and she marries him. So a defective education is thus the root cause of a great many social and personal problems. So obviously here in this novel, Pride and Prejudice, we do find an illustration of Mary Wollstonecraft's thesis. Now, as we see that the immediate context of vindication is that of revolution, it must be looked at with this in mind. For Mary Wollstonecraft and for most of her contemporaries who were concerned with the status of women, women's rights were seen in the context of human rights in general. Men and women alike must be involved in revolution. The ideals of liberty and equality were thought to apply to both men and women. If fraternity made all men brothers, then men must recognize that they had sisters as well. Socialism and feminism were, at the beginning of the 19th century, inextricably linked, and Mary Wollstonecraft was a pioneer of such joint ideals. The practical attempts at communal living, the visions of a new society where labor and power were evenly distributed, all these social experiments which came after the Vindication had as their common theme the prospect of all human beings living in friendly equality with each other. So in order to eliminate existing inequalities, distinctions of wealth, of class, and of gender, they should also be abolished, as Wollstonecraft advocated. So, of course, we see that the Wollstonecraft's concern for women's rights is a kind of something that is there within the issue of human rights. Women's rights are to be seen not in a separate kind of a compartment of their own, but as part of the ongoing movement or general human emancipation, of which the American and French revolutions are other examples. Then there is the related point of the nexus or connection between the campaign for equality in gender-based issues, that is feminism, and class-based issues, that is found in socialism. There is the sense, and of course we see that by definition there cannot be one kind of revolution without another taking place as well. For example, one of the great concerns of Romanticism, which is to literature, what the French Revolution is to history, is the setting up of an ideal society where all distinctions will be wiped out and all will labor for common happiness. So, of course, as we see, so actually people from different cultures actually share this vision. So of course this vision also should include equal opportunities for women.